anyone want to fess up to anything now that they're an adult?
Nuts?
That would be a no.
Moms can't do it all, and that's why it takes a village to raise our kids. And here to break things down for us and answer some of your questions, welcome back blogger Patty Ford and therapist Emily Diala. All right. Let's start in our audience here. We have Renee. Hi, Renee.
Hi.
What's your question?
Mommy-induced competition. Teachers' gifts, birthday parties. And trying to outdo.
The first day of kindergarten, I didn't realize we were supposed to bring all these gifts for the teachers, and so kids were walking in with like a dozen roses and stuff. The next day, my son brought his teacher a car. But anyway, I mean, we start competing on behalf of our kids.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, we all fall into that, and it was like I was saying earlier. I grew out of it, but in the beginning, I wanted him to look. You want them to look the best. What if they grade according to... What if they like your child better if they bring them a gift and stuff like that? That really is our problem, isn't it, Emily?
And honestly, you have to have a strong enough sense of self that you don't let that kind of stuff get to you, because it can make you go crazy. You know, and life has so much more to offer than that kind of stuff. So focus more on having a healthy relationship with the teacher, talking to her.
And they appreciate that more, believe me. They appreciate that more.
Without being a helicopter parent.
It's like the birthday parties. The first 8 birthday parties, I had the zoo and this and that and the Children's Museum. And the one I had for his 9th birthday was, y'all just come to the house. So I had 15 ADHD boys running around the house tearing it up. And I was like, go ahead, go ahead, right? All right, Stephanie, what's your question?
Hi. I was wondering, how do you keep your sanity while you go to the supermarket? My son, he's 9. He wants everything. He's like, Mommy, I want this, I want this. And usually I do say yes because I just don't want to cause a scene.
Yeah.
And he also just climbs all over the shopping cart and finds every unique way to sit on the shopping cart. How do I keep my sanity?
I have two. I have to weigh in on this one because I had that issue as well. And the one way that you can absolutely 100% avoid any problems at the supermarket is to not take them. Right? 100%, right?
Summer is coming. Summer is coming.
But then I had my son, he wanted this Coke, and so he gets up there and it's one of those huge ones, and he goes, I want that. I said, no. All over the floor, right? It's embarrassing. People are like, aren't you Deborah Duncan? Right? Like, okay, so he goes crazy. And so I went ahead and put it up on the thing and paid for it. And this woman looked at me and said, way to go, Mom. You won that one. I'm like, you don't know what I'm getting ready to do. So you do not know what I'm getting ready to do. Stop messing with my Kool-Aid and you don't even know my flavor. So I drove around the corner to the dumpster. I opened it up. I took a sip and I chucked it into the trash can.
Kudos to you.
You will never win that. Do you understand me, little man? You will never, ever win that. And he's never done it since. So. That's awesome. And I let him help do grocery shopping. I said, he's that little cart and go, what do you want? And you can pick super fast foods and one super slow food. So anyway, but okay,
got it all planned
took care of that one. All right.
I don't have anything.
I'm gonna start blogging with you guys. Okay, Becky.
You got it. How do those moms show up to drop their kids off at school at 7:30 and look amazing? You know, they've got the makeup, the hair. They're not in pajamas. I mean, how do they do that?
Are they on their way to work or are they on their way back to the house?
I think they just need to. I don't know.
Yeah, because if you're on the way to work, you're dressed and ready
to go.
Not to work.
But
no. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I think a lot of them aren't on their way to work. I think they just do that. But I go in my pajamas every morning. I mean, it's totally what I slept in is what I go in.
Yes.
With my coffee cup.
Yes.
Yes. It's too much work. Right. You say something smart now.
Don't feel terrible about yourself, and also it's important in relationships, if we're looking at it from that angle as well. You don't want to completely let yourself go. It's important to it is important. Believe me, I hear about it in my office.
I had your baby. I had your baby. I have a right to be fat.
All I was gonna say, it takes 2 seconds to maybe switch into, a pair of yoga pants instead of plaid pajama pants or something like that.
I wear the plaid pajama pants.
You can make them fashionable.
That's what I wear.
But if you're in carpool, no one sends the waist down in carpool. You just brush your hair a little bit, put a little lip gloss on it.
Yep.
Brush your hair. Yeah, and no one knows below. You don't have to take your bunny slippers and all. Okay.
Real quickly, one time, I do also go in my pajamas, but unfortunately there was a car accident on the way to school, and so we had to get out of the car and walk the kids, but every mom's like, Stephanie, are you wearing pants today? Because I can't. I'm wearing pajamas. So it did come to that point.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, the
you
reason
have
why
to
our
think
moms
about
always
that.
said, make sure you have your good underwear on at all times.
Right.
All right, Simi.
Okay, I just want to ask if you don't like one of your kids' friends, what do you do?
How old is your child?
Okay, I have a 13-year-old son and an 11-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Not there are very many that I don't like, but if there is one.
What is it particularly about this one that you're finding?
Well, as a mom, you have an instinct. You know this kid is not a good kid, and you tell your kid, okay, I don't want you to be with this kid because I don't think he's a really good kid. But my son's like, oh, Mom, he's great. I just like him. And
Yeah.
how do you deal
I have
with
one
that?
thing to say is, they're watching this, right?
Yes.
Just making sure.
And you know who you are, kid.
I think you just took care of it. They're not going to be allowed to play with your kids
But
anymore.
it comes down to giving our kids choices and choosing their friends. And I think sometimes, I had friends like that sometimes, but the reason why I did is I felt like I could influence them in a good way. And so I was kind of rescuing wounded puppies. And my mom kind of knew that about me. But the fear is that it could go the opposite direction. That kid could get your kid in trouble.
You want to keep a strong eye on them when they're hanging out together. If you can get to know the parents, that would be ideal too. And try to develop a relationship with the friend as well. If they feel like they have a relationship with you and there's a sense of closeness, then I think they're less likely to, do something that's going to be wrong for your child. And also talk to your child about what is and isn't okay, what your concerns are, and get their feedback as well. You want the dialogue to go two ways.
I think an important point of what you just said about even talking to that child, because sometimes, as we all know, children won't talk to their own parents.
Right.
They may tell you something that's going on in their life that you kind of stop and go, whoa, and you can redirect and help change. It's a big task if you have to talk to their parents and go, well, he tells me that, but that's a tough one. But I think watchful eye is probably the best thing, like you said. All right, ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't forget to log on to Facebook to let us know your Mother's Day confessions. Did your mom drop you off at the movies to see a rated G, but you and your friends ducked into the rated R movie instead? We'll share some of your comments a little later on in the show. I went and saw Saturday Night Fever. Okay. Speaking of confessions, how many of you moms would like to break away and do your own thing? Coming up, some moms who did just that.